Yesterday, I tentatively said that the IPL was the greatest show on earth. After the match between the Lucknow Supergiant and the Royal Challengers Bangalore, I, Carlton Brown, am now proclaiming that the IPL is absolutely the greatest show on earth. And if you don't agree with me, just don't tell me you don't agree. Tell me which is. The drama that is unfolding in the IPL have taken excitement and entertainment to a new exhilarating level that have never been seen on planet Earth before. Hello everyone and welcome to the show. Please slash a like on this video and please click on the subscribe button. We are just in time to witness the second innings of the match, or Mumbai Indians reply to the Delhi Capitals 172 all out in 19.4 overs. So far in this season IPL, no team have defended a total under 190. So I'm a bit disappointed because this is the Delhi Capitals' fourth match. This is also a home match. And if present trend should continue, which in all likelihood it will be, because that's a very easy pitch to bat on, the Mumbai Indians are going to win this match, and the Delhi Capitals would have played 4 matches and would have won none. The Delhi Capitals is a team of the West Indies captain, T20 captain Ravman Powell. He failed again today. The first ball he faced, he played a lovely late cut down to the third man boundary for 4. But then he was bamboozled by Chala in the next 3 deliveries. And he was put out of his misery when he failed to pick a googly and was out plumb in front. I am disappointed because I believe that having not made any score of substance since the start of the season, and having done so well last year in the IPL and being retained by the Delhi Capitals, I believe I'll be very surprised if Powell should play in the next match. Very, very surprised. I think he's going to be dropped. I know someone on the Facebook group, I think his name is Sam, also said that Myers is going to be dropped, but I don't think Myers is going to drop. But I'm not going to complain with Sam about his opinion. That's his opinion that Myers will be dropped. He said that Myers played a loose shot yesterday, did not move his feet. That is his opinion. And opinions are always welcome. But I think that Myers will get another game. I'm going to come to your comments very shortly. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Soji. Good morning. David Warner is batting too conservative at the top. That is Merrick, because I'm looking at it and I'm saying that Warner is unable to express himself because the batting is so brittle. He's not getting any runs from the rest of the batsmen. And he has to be conservative because he doesn't want to get out too quickly. I agree with you that he's conservative. I'm just trying to understand why he's so conservative. Is that the case because the batting is so poor? That's why he's been so conservative at the top? Greetings, good people. Greetings, Atina. Greetings, Brian H. He's struggling, Powell. Yes, he's certainly struggling, and I do not really expect him to play in the next match. Myers will not be dropped. I believe so too, Merrick, but there are some in the community, and this gentleman, Sam, who said that he know cricket more than all of us. He believes that Myers will be dropped. That is his opinion. That is not my opinion. So the Mumbai Indians have started their reply, and Virat Kohli have hit a six. Is this a first delivery? It is an 80-meter six. Sheldon Smith, as the West Indies captaincy curse affected Powell, or as he has problem with spin returning. Sheldon is struggling, and I do not understand the curse of the West Indies captaincy. You probably need to explain that more to me. I don't know. It's the first I'm hearing that the West Indies captaincy carries a curse with it. I don't know. His first tour as captain of the West Indies T20 team, he won the series in South Africa 2-1. The first time that West Indies ever won a series in South Africa. I've never heard about a curse of the West Indies. Now they are 10 without loss after 4 overs. They're going to get this 173 very easily. I am advocating for Myers and Quinton de Kock opening the batting for LSG. But remember that KL Rahul is the captain and he wants to open. So it is very unlikely that Myers and de Kock will open and KL Rahul will drop down in the order. Charlie X believes that Warner is selfish. That's why he's conservative at the top. Also, get the likes up. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Charlie X. Please slash a like in the video. But as I was trying to explain, Charlie X, I'm wondering if that conservative is because the batting has been failing and has not been producing. So 10 without loss of the first overs. That's what I'm correct. Rovman spill problem returns for sure. Alain Payne, he is not picking the spinners. He's definitely not picking the spinners. And I'm very, very concerned about that. He's not picking the spinner. He was lost to the googly. Charles bowled 2 googlies to him. He did not pick them. He then bowled an orthodox leg break to him. He did not pick it. And it was very, very concerning. So 14 without loss after 1 over. Rohit have hit 2 fours and 1 6. So the Mumbai Indians, who have lost their 2 opening matches, just like the Delhi Capitals, who have lost their 3 opening matches, are going to win this one, and they're going to win very comfortably. They are 14 without loss after the first over. As I said, as the statistics have shown, no team have defended less than 190 in the IPL so far this season. None. And as you saw in the last 2 matches, 200 were chased down. Over 200 were chased down in the last 2 matches. Pooran being a keeper and scoring runs is saving Myers. Okay, Sheldon, thanks for your opinion. Ramnari Sarwan and Nikki P both of the same. Atina, elaborate some more from me, Atina. How you doing? Yeah, I believe so too, Alain. I believe they're going to chop and change Quinton de Kock and Myers unless one of them really start performing very well. And don't forget, although Myers has dropped from the number 1 most impactful player in the IPL, he's now number 2. So he has not dropped far down the ladder. So Krishnan drove that brilliantly, threw it off down to the boundary for 4. So they have Rovman Powell on the mic, but I'm not listening. You guys can listen and tell me what Powell is saying. But Powell is on the mic. I know he's under pressure. He's under much pressure. Don't forget, Sammy St. Ellen, welcome to the show. Don't forget, IPL is about the Indians and the Australian cricketers. If one of our players don't perform in back-to-back games, I am expecting they will be replaced for the next game. I do not share that opinion, St. Ellen, but again, your opinions are welcome. And you put that opinion out there, you could be right. I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong. I'm not saying that my own is right, but your opinions are always welcome. I do not think, personally, I do not think that when people invest millions of dollars in a player, they're going to just drop them because of the country they are from. You think investing $2 million in Pooran and he failed 2, 3 matches, they will just drop him and have a $2 million player on the bench? I, or maybe the bigger point is, why would they pay so much money for Russell, Narayan, Pooran, Etmire if they were just looking from where they are? So my point is, St. Ellen, I don't, because the IPL is a business to the franchise owners. And when they invest their money, they are looking a return on their money. And so they invest in these players for them to perform. And I do not necessarily share the view. And as I said, your view could be right. It may be right. And my one is not necessarily right either. But I do not share the view that it depends on the country where they are from. 26 without loss. And Krishnan clipped that one into the onside. And remember that Kishan, who is opening the batting here for the Mumbai Indians, was the highest paid player in last year IPL. And he retained that contract. So he's still being paid a lot of money. Ramnar Sawan and Nikki P, both of them have the same talent. Yes, they are very, very talented, Atina. I got you. They're very, 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 very talented. And as I spoke about Pooran, what an innings that was yesterday from Nicholas Pooran. The third fastest century in the history of the IPL. His team, the Lucknow Supergiant, as you have all watched, were struggling at 23 for 3. Stoneys came to the crease and made 65 off 30 deliveries. And the Royal Challengers Bangalore breathed a sigh of relief when Stone is out. But they never knew that Pooran. They never knew what Pooran had in store for them. Because 19 deliveries later, when he flicked a full toss that he should have hit for another 6 to the man on the deep backward square leg boundary, 19 deliveries later, 4 fours and 7 sixes later, Pooran made a masterful 62 of 19 deliveries to be the third fastest 50 in the history of IPL. The two persons ahead of him is Pat Cummins of 14 deliveries and KL Rahul, the captain of the LSG, the same team that Pooran is playing for, who opened the innings with Myers. He also had a 14-ball off century. 3 persons are tied on 15. Pooran, Yusuf Pathan, and Sunil Narayan. Yet again, there's another IPL record that has 2 West Indians in the top 5. In this case, for the fastest 50, Sunil Narayan and Nicholas Pooran. Our West Indies players continues to shine in the IPL, and we should all support them. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so disappointed that Powell got out so cheaply today. I was listening some so-called expert talk. Usually I don't listen to them because they do not follow the cricket as much as I do. Most of them, they just come, look at the score and talk. They don't follow the cricket. They don't watch the game. Even when they're at the game, they are drinking and talking with their friend. They do not pay the attention that we pay to the game. We know the cricket more than most of these so-called experts. 31 without loss, Mumbai Indians after 2.2 overs. So it's still Rohit Sharma and Kishan batting. Kishan is on 18 from 7 deliveries, and Rohit Sharma is on 14 from 7 deliveries. Narkes in the attack, his first delivery went for 4, and his second went for 1. So and this person said that Powell needs to be replaced by a proper batsman. That's what they said. And I was saying, why do you need to say that? You can say that the gentleman need to replace. You can say that the cricketer need to be replaced. But do you have to say that he needs to be replaced by a proper batsman? I am sick and tired of these commentators, these so-called experts who do not watch the game and who, because they have a microphone and because they have an audience and because they are being paid big bucks to say something, they just spew any garbage out of their mouth. I was most disappointed by the comment and I wanted Powell to shut him up, but Powell did not, and I'm even more disappointed. But despite that, what a brilliant innings it was from Nicholas Pooran yesterday. And the match was full of drama. Because even after Pooran got out, Lee at 189 for 6, there were even more drama. Because in the last over, or was it the second to last over, Bandoni, who was batting so well with Pooran and scored 30 of 24 deliveries, move across the stump. The bowler saw him move across the stump, firing the Yorker. He hit the ball for 6 and his bat disturbed the stump. What drama! So while they were celebrating 6, when you look back at the screen, you saw that he was out 8 wicket. And if that was the end of the drama, do you remember the second to last, well, the legitimate last ball? Ashel Patel run past, tried to man-card the non-striker, but missed the man-card. Oh my God. Cricket, the IPL, I am telling you, if you have any doubt in your mind that it is the #1 show on earth, the greatest show on planet, you need to tell me what is greater than the IPL and cricket to a large extent. Mumbai Indians, after 3 overs, are 42 in reply to that 172. They're going to scream this off, right, Charlie X? They're going to cream it off. In no time at all, they're going to cream it off. So Alan Payne, Indians like the West Indians. So there's a different view sent Ellen. Alan Payne is having a different views, and that is good. Our coaches at the under 17 level taught us how to pick spin base and watching the revs of the ball out of the hand. Ravman just need to get back to the lab. Well, I was coached that once you saw the palm of the hand, you know that it is a leg break. Once you say here, it's a leg break. But once you see the back of the arm, you know it's the googly. That's how I was taught, because you come over so, and you saw the back of the hand, that's the googly. When you saw the palm of the hand, you know that's the leg break. That's what I was taught, Charlie X. I guess we were taught, wow, I injured my shoulder 2 or 3 weeks ago playing a curry goat match, and that just hurts right now. But I'm good. So that's how I was taught. Once you saw the palm of the hand, you know it's the leg break. Once you saw the back of the arm, you know it's the leg break. I said this already on the show, that when West Indies played the second T20 at Savannah Park against New Zealand last year, I think it was August 12th, somebody asked Simmons if he teach the batsman to pick the googly, and Simmons did not answer. We don't know why he did not answer. He just smiled, and Powell did not pick the googly this morning. Etty has been brilliant. He has been brilliant, but there are a number of West Indians players that have been good. If you look at the impact rating, Etty is at number 29 overall. Joseph, Mayers, and Pooran has a higher impact rating than Etty so far in this tournament. Tomorrow he plays again for the Rajasthan Royals, and hopefully we'll be here to discuss Etmire innings. But he has been good so far. He has scored 97 runs in the tournament so far, and he has gotten out only once, and his strike rate is almost 200. So Etmire has been very good so far. But according to the impact value that is put out by Cricinfo, Etty, I think, is 29. And ahead of him as a West Indian is Myers, Pooran, and Alzari Joseph. So taking away nothing from Edmire, but that's the statistics as it is in numbers. What do you think of Nicky P moving into the number 3 spot in the test side? My view on this, we saw where someone like David Warner started out as a T20 batsman. And I heard, when he was a T20 batsman, I heard a famous commentator, I won't call his name, a famous commentator said that David Warner would not make it in Test cricket because they're going to eat him up. His techniques is not good enough for Test cricket. In the past, I have advocated for Nicholas Pooran to be our test keeper in the past. I have done that. I think Nicky Pooran can play test cricket. But to be honest with you, Athena, I am not going to pick anyone to play test cricket off their T20 form or off their ODI form. If Nicky P wants to play test cricket, he must indicate that by playing some 4-day regional tournament. He must indicate that by playing some red ball cricket. And that is my position. That is my position. I have said in the past that I would have loved to see Pooran be our test wicket keeper. But I cannot pick Nicky P in the test team without him making himself to play some red ball cricket. He has to make himself available and play in our regional 4-day tournament. Alan Payne, great in the field also. So they're having a discussion there. Yes, Sheldon Smith. Narayan has a 15-ball 50 and a 17-ball 50 in the IPL. Imagine he's hired as a spinner. Thank you for that comment. Yes, I did say that he has a giant third fastest 50 along with Yusuf Pathan and Nicholas Pooran. Well done. And I did say that again, 2 West Indians are in the top 5 of an IPL record. Alan Payne, no lie, Etty look good boy. Yes, he has been striking the ball very well. And remember on the show on Saturday, was it Saturday or Sunday? And if you look back at that video, there's a big discussion whether Edmire should be batting at 4, 5, or 6 for the Rajasthan Royals. And I went through the statistics and I showed you that when Edmire bats at 4 for the Rajasthan Royals in the IPL, because the Rajasthan Royals was not the only team he has played for, he averages 53 and he has a strike rate of 153, but it was only from 6 matches. But we saw at 14 where he averages 42 and have a strike rate of, I think, of about 150. So his best statistics was really batting at number 4, but his highest strike rate was batting at number 6. And I told you on Sunday that the cricketing world is divided. Edmire right now is causing a lot of argument in the cricket world whether he should bat at number 4, 5, or 6 for the Rajasthan Royals. Again, he was not out in the last match that the Rajasthan Royals played. There was a match that the Rajasthan Royals played and he was striking at 200. The strike rate was 200 and he was not out, and it revved up the argument that he is batting too low, especially that the Rajasthan Royals lost that match. And so there was a big debate. There was a big debate whether he was batting too late because his strike rate was 200 in that match. I think it was 36 from 18 deliveries, and the Rajasthan Royals lost the match by 5 runs. And in that same match, Jason Holder faced 1 delivery for 1 run. But there's a batsman at the top of the order that faced 4 deliveries for 1 run, and maybe that's where they lost the match. What happened? All of a sudden, I'm not getting the live feed. I do not know the score in the match. I'm not getting the live feed. So there's a lot of argument about Edmire. Edmire has to replace Chase for West Indies in the T20 team. Most persons do not have an issue with that Alan Payne. Most persons do not have an issue with very nice, Alan Payne. Very nice, very nice. I know where you went with that. Analysts oftentimes speak loosely about players that they are not in favor of. That is so true, Merrick Meredith. They said it. And my biggest complaint about these analysts is that they do not watch the game. They just look at the scorecard and say anything that they feel like saying because they are not watching the game. I'm trying to bring up back my screen here because all of a sudden I'm not getting the live match and I don't know what is happening here. And I'm actually seeing, well, I'm actually seeing Delhi Capitals batting. I don't understand this. I don't understand. My screen is actually showing me that Delhi Capitals are 5 without loss. This is disgraceful. What is happening here? Absolutely disgraceful. My screen is showing me that Delhi Capitals are 6 without loss. That is absolute madness. Oh my God. Yes, solve 4x. Well, Trinidad is gonna win that one because they, after 4 matches, Trinidad and Tobago have won all 4 matches and are on 16 points plus the points that they get for pace bowling. So Trinidad and Tobago are on 16 points. All the other teams are on either 8 or 4 points, and they get 4 points to win a match. So Trinidad, after 4 matches with 1 match to go, Trinidad is going to play their last match against the Windward Islands. No team can pass Trinidad and Tobago in the competition. So Trinidad and Tobago will win the under 15 Rising Star West Indies cricket competition. But don't forget, next week, the Edley Week series starts next week, Wednesday. And we are very much looking forward to that. I have picked my squads already. I've done a video and show you my squads. And I hope you are looking at them. Merrick Meredith, very true. Charlie X, yes, so Charlie X is, yes, that is so true. They speak loosely at times. Pooran batting with a free mind. He will soon score 100 in the qualifiers. Well, we look forward to that, Sheldon Smith. We really look forward to that, Sheldon Smith, that Pooran will score many hundreds for the West Indies in the qualifiers. We are looking forward to that. Aren't we looking forward to Pooran dominating for the West Indies? I don't know what happened to my screen, but I do not have a clue. I do not have any idea of what the score is because this is madness. This is absolute madness. This is absolute madness. I'm watching the greatest show on earth, and technology just feel like they should just leave me down like that. Pooran is a waste, only make runs once a year. Christopher Bristol. Okay, Christopher Bristol, that's your opinion, but wouldn't you like to see, in the interest of West Indies cricket, if that's your opinion, that he has only made runs once a year? But to be all honest, in the 4 matches that he have played so far in the IPL, he have done very well in the 4 matches so far this season. He has done very well. So you have to give him credit. He has passed 30 and 2 occasions that he got out. Then he was not out in the 3rd match. And then he made 62 from 19 deliveries yesterday. So he has been doing very, very well. So that's, I think, 79 and 62. That's 141 runs in 4 innings. So he has been doing well, and he has gotten not out 1 time. So that average is close to 50. That average is about 45 from 4 innings. So, but Christopher Bristol, wouldn't you, I'm asking you the question, wouldn't you love to see Pooran doing very well for the entire year? Because that will benefit West Indies cricket. The more West Indies cricket does well, the better West Indies cricket does, is the more money that comes into West Indies cricket and into the West Indies economy itself. And I said it some time ago when persons were talking about that Pooran got too much money. I've done that video, and you have saw that video in where I rebuff all of these Indians and these Australians and these English who were saying, why do they pay $2 million US for Pooran? He's not proving it. And yesterday, K.O. Rahul said clearly, this is why we invest so much money in these guys, because these guys can win matches for us, batting at 5, 6, and 7. And in that video, I think I made a statement, and I don't have to be exact here because the point is quite clear in my life. Once these guys get these huge money and it comes into the West Indies economy, once it comes into the West Indies economy, it benefits more than just them. It benefits other persons in the West Indies economy. So we need to want to see these guys do well so that they get more money, so that more persons in the West Indies economy will benefit. They're going to probably, more than likely, they're going to build a house, which will require masons and laborers and all of that. They may start a business, which will benefit employment, and so on. You can list a number of things. Once that money comes into the West Indies economy, it is going to do good for the West Indies economy. So we always want to see them do well. And I hope, Christopher, you also want to see them do well on a more regular basis. But I take your point. Haha, Cricket Forum, you're a risk sprinter too? No, not really, but I know the game. I was explaining about the googly. Oh, Charlie X, man. Don't you say that I'm a pro Charlie X. I told Claude Murphy 2 matches ago before, and I really want this shoulder just to ease up. I was turning the ball square. I told you guys that I was playing a match some Sundays ago, and I pitched one outside the leg stump and hit the top of half stump. And you guys not believing me? Outside the leg stump and it hit the top of half stump. Rovman need to read the spinners from the arm and not the pitch, or else they will get you out on any given day. The arm or the wrist, Merrick. The arm, because here's the arm, or the wrist, the hand position. I think you mean the wrist, because I don't know, Merrick. If you can read it out of the arm, Merrick, I have a job for you. Because you'll be absolutely great. Pooran has to play 4-day or do what Shea Hope is doing, play county cricket. It's the same thing Alan Payne. If he goes and play county cricket, we can accept that. Right, Alan Payne? Right, you are right on that. Or 70 without loss after 70 overs. They are creaming. Off this 172. The magic of technology. Charlie X. I too agree that Pooran has the skills to translate at the test level, but he must play 4-day cricket, either domestic or possible overseas, like Hope. Yes, we all agree with that. We all agree. Sal 4X. Pooran has played more regional games than Akeem Jordan. Also, he was picked in an international 4-day warm-up game against New Zealand and top score with the bat. Well, you know, I always say that this community is more intelligent than I, because it's a community, and you in the community will have information that I don't have. So Sol 4X, I do not have that information, but thank you for pointing it out to the community. But we do not have that information. But Pooran has played more regional games than Akeem Jordan. Also, he was picked in an international 4-day warm-up game against New Zealand and top score with the bat. Thank you for that information. Maya should be 12th man. Why do you say that Bristol is going well for the Rajasthan Royals? Are you saying that he should be 12th man for the West Indies or for the Rajasthan Royals? He's going well. 71 without loss. The Mumbai Indians. Rohit Sharma have not scored an half century in the IPL for 22 matches. 22 matches since the last time Rohit Sharma has scored a half century in the IPL. He's now on 39 from 19 deliveries, but it's Christian facing. So Christian facing, and he dabs this into the offside, and there's no run. Who is it? So they need 102 to win from 76 deliveries. They're creaming this off, right, Charlie X? They're creaming this off. They want Etty as a finisher like Dhoni. Well, and that is that Alan Payne. There are two arguments for that. agree that they want him as a finisher as Dhoni. But is he a much better batsman than just a finisher? And the second argument that I've heard persons putting forward is that if he adapt the role of a finisher, is he not limiting the scope of his game and become more or less a one-dimensional player? And he is better than that. He is a man who has scored test centuries. He is a man who has scored ODI centuries. Should he just see himself as a finisher? So Alan Payne, I take that point. And persons, and clearly, the Rajasthan Royals are doing that. They see him as a finisher. But is that what we want him to be? Oh, when they are now 72 without loss. So thank you for that update, Atina. The screen has come back. Pooran will not be playing Test cricket. He's doing his duty by playing for the white ball teams. Other than that, it is TNT. Okay. All right, no problem. All right. No problem, Sheldon. If you see it that way, no problem. I know you're from Trinidad, so I know. Sheldon, I can respect that. He's an amazing talent, but we want him to be happy. Right. You're right. You know, you respect it. And remember, well, when it comes to a batsman, I think they can play all three formats. My thing is that they should not be playing all three formats as a fast bowler. Just a minute. I'll have to call you back in about an hour. So that's my thing. As a fast bowler, and we see Jofra Archer as in an elbow problem again. And this is because in my opinion, he was a three format bowler. And that is why I am begging for Joseph to stop playing ODI cricket. I am begging. I do not want Joseph to be injured by playing too much cricket. I am begging for Joseph to stop playing ODI cricket and play Test and T20 as a bowler. As a batsman, I do not have an issue with you playing all three formats. Even as a spinner, playing all three formats. But as a bowler, I am convinced that a fast bowler should not be playing all three formats. I am convinced. And I'm begging for Joseph not to play all formats. You saw what happened to Bumrah. When last Bumrah plays a cricket match, Archer is sick. We saw how long Mark Wood was out. When last Josh Hazlewood plays a cricket match. So I'm not just saying this off the top of my head. I'm looking at what happened to these other fast bowlers who have been playing three format cricket, and hoping that we saw these examples, that we saw these precedents, and asked Joseph to only play two format. I know he's our best fast bowlers. He's our best fast bowler. But let us do the right thing, in my opinion. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. That is my position on Sheldon. That is my position on Joseph. You saw what happened to Jofra Archer. You saw what happened to Bumrah. You saw what happened to Josh Hazlewood. You saw what happened to Mark Wood. Why don't take the decision then to remove Joseph from ODI cricket? Let him play T20 cricket that he can make all the money he needs. He represents West Indies also in T20 cricket, and he represents West Indies in Test cricket. Rest him from the ODI matches. Please, rest him from the ODI matches. If it is a World Cup and he's fit and it's an ODI World Cup, then play him. Play him. But in these bilateral ODI series, I don't think Joseph should be playing. The show in yesterday match. In yesterday match, did Flap du Plessis went too slowly at the start of the innings? Did you think that when Kohli was approaching his 50, he slowed down to try and reach the 50 and didn't go as hard as he should have gone? Because they had to make 212 and it was chased down. And maybe that's where they really lost the match. Maybe Flap du Plessis was too slow at the beginning of his innings. And when Kohli approached approach the 50, he slowed down. The champion. Do you know what happened to Jaffer Archer? I heard it's another elbow injury. I heard there's a slight nigger in the elbow. 73 for 1. Now, Mumbai Indians are 73 for 1. Rohit Sharma, was he run out? Or was it Christian? I'm not seeing Mumbai 73. So Christian was run out. So Rohit Sharma is on 40 of 20 deliveries. And as I said, he has not made a half century in 22 innings. Imagine if he was a West Indians and not making a half century in 22 innings. You should be an analyst for Sportsmax. You are doing great on your channel. It's related, your big respect. You are the realest analyst right now, brother. Christopher Bristock, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. And those comments means a lot to me. You know, in some way you saying those things in a positive way, I just get nervous in a positive way, because when you say those things, it means that I have to maintain the standard and keep on improving the standard. And sometimes I worried if I may not hit the mark. So sometimes I'm worried that I'm not. So I appreciate your comment, and I appreciate your comment, but I'm just saying in a positive way, it gets me nervous. It gets me nervous in a positive way, because I now know that you have high standard. You expect a high standard of me. And sometimes I wonder, can I always deliver at that high standard? So I really appreciate your comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It means a lot to me. But as I said, it just gets me nervous some of the time. Yeah. Yes. Oh, for West Indies, he should be a 12th man for West Indies. Nah, Etty has to be in the level. So good discussion between you two. You can crank up the discussion. I love the discussion. Brooks and Chase needs to go. For Test, definitely if Alan Payne, I would not have Brooks or Chase up to the South Africa ODI series. I have Chase in my ODI team. Not Chase, sorry, Brooks. I did not have Chase in any of my squad, and he still cannot make any of my squad. And I said earlier in an earlier show that I want Cricket West Indies, the policy that they announced, that no one that played in the last Test 11 will be playing in the week's end trophy. I want them to make a special case for Chase and play in that tournament. I really want Chase to play some more red ball cricket. I do not have him in my West Indies squad. Neither T20, neither ODI or Test. Chase, no. Up to the 3 matches in South Africa, the ODI match, I have Brooks in my ODI squad, because he was our second leading run scorer in ODI last year, behind only Shea Hope. Brooks made 695 runs in ODI last year. So you have to play. But after the South Africa series, Brooks has now become touch and go for me. If someone said that they don't want Brooks in the team, I'm not going to complain. If someone decides to put Brooks in the team, I'm not going to complain. I think that he reaches the point where he touch and go now. After those performances in South Africa, they were not inspiring any at all. So 74 for 1. They now need 99 to win. Of 74 for 1, they now need 99 to win. You remember yesterday, and I was here saying that, and I told you yesterday, but that on average, an IPL team this year, last year, the 10 over mark was 76 runs. This year, the 10 over mark is averaging just about 88 runs. And so 74 after 8.5 overs, they need 13 runs now off 6 deliveries to prove me right again. Yesterday, when I was watching the match, the Royal Challengers Bangalore got 87 from their 10 overs. I was 1 short. And I also said that the 100 is going to come up by the end of the 12th over. They were 99 at the end of the 12th over. I was once again 1 short. But that is, and though I was 1 short, I take pride in doing those type of research and be able to can predict things so closely, although I was 1 short. So once I expect that one swing down to fine leg, the fielder did not dive in, so they are 76 now for one. I expect by the 10th over, they will be somewhere around 88 again. And they're going to cream off this total. So, yes, so persons are talking about Etmai and where he should bat. They even got backlash from Indians saying he should bat up the order. Yeah, that's about it. That's ethic. Yeah, and it is, as I said, it's not Indian. It's a worldwide thing. If you listen to all to the world press and so on, it's a big debate whether Etty should bat up the order or he should bat down the order. And that's one hit iron hard by Rohit Sharma into the crowd. So Rohit Sharma hit a 6. They are now 82 for 1 after 9 overs. He's on 47 from 23 deliveries. That means he's scoring over a strike rate of over 200 runs. So once again, my total, and write down that total, and see how many times in this year IPL, the team batting first will be somewhere, the teams will be somewhere around 88 after 10 overs. Write down that number, 88 after 10 overs, and see how many times the teams pass 88 by the end of the 10th over. And then you give me the praise. Because I'm telling you, that's the new standard. The new standards in T20 cricket has now gone to 190. 190. If you are batting first, you must get 190. You're not going to win many matches getting less than 190 batting first. Sorry, Sherwin, welcome. I saw you made a very good post the other day. A very, very good post. I don't remember what it is, but I remember that it was a very, very good post. Sorry, good morning. It is annoying to hear people say the best batsman in the West Indies should be the 12th man. Okay, the debate just got hotter. Hetty, Pooran, and Evan Lewis should play all formats. The debate just got hotter, and Sherwin putting forward is the champion is supporting Ateen and Sheldon. So I love the conversation that is going on in the chat. So here's Kuldeep, they call him bowling to the left-handed. Who's that batting at number 3 for? Who's batting at number 3 for Mumbai Indians? I've been paying so much attention to the community. Who is it batting at number 3? They are not showing on the screen. But Rohit Sharma is on the verge of scoring his first half-century in 23 innings. Yadav, the left-arm Indian spinner. So they have a man backward of square leg, mid-wicket, long on, long off, and a cover on the boundary. Rohit is on 47. As Yadav bowled to him and he clipped this into the onside. And because most of the fielders on the onside, once you play the ball in the onside, you're going to get a single. So Tilka Verma. Oh yeah, Tilka Verma from very humble beginning. He's a very good looking batsman. I'm expecting to play for India in the very near future. Alan Payne, Joseph need to cut out ODI for real. Thank you for that endorsement. Ali. Akeem Jordan can play the ODI, but there's a lot of other fast bowlers. I'm not just going to single out Akeem Jordan alone, because even McAllister, the same fast bowler, another fast bowler from Barbados, and in the Niall Smith from Guyana. So there are a number of other fast bowlers, mainly from Jamaica. So there are a number of other fast bowlers. So I would not just single out Akeem Jordan, because there are a number of, the one that I really love, and I hope that he's playing for the West Indies Academy, and I really want to see him. His name is McKinley Clark. He's from St. Lucia, I think. He's the one that I really, really want to see. Alan Payne agree. We have enough pacers to hold it down in the ODIs. Rest Alzari. True. I agree with that. And the data shows that he should be rested. The trend shows that he should be rested. So why don't rest him? So I agree with that. That's okay. It just keep freezing. I don't know why it keep freezing. It just probably don't want me to enjoy myself. It's the same thing. Charlie X, you were not here yesterday, and Some of you were not here yesterday because yesterday was an holiday and you would have probably gone out with your family. But one of the things that I want you to tell me, that those final last delivery, and I know Sheldon have made this comment and said that it was 5 different deliveries. And I agree with that. It was 5 different deliveries. Those 5 deliveries, do you think there are any of those deliveries that could not have been hit for 6? Don't, wasn't just 5 lollipop deliveries? And do you think that there should be an investigation? I'm not saying that anything untoward happened. But those of you who were not here yesterday, I'm asking you, were those 5 deliveries that bowled by Yash Dayal to Riku Singh to hit those 5 sixes of the 5 last deliveries to win the match? Athanaze need to play ODI and replace Brooks. Many persons won't have any objection to that, Alain Payne. Many persons won't have any objection to that. Joseph does not need rest. He needs to continue to work. When they play a county season, they bowl more than an entire year playing for the West Indies. Sheldon, Joseph need not to play ODI, Sheldon. Sheldon, come on, Sheldon. Come on, just don't disagree or just don't put forward a different opinion for putting it forward's sake. You're a legend of this chat, and we always welcome you, Sheldon. But I do not understand this post, Sheldon. I do not understand. I strongly telling you that Joseph should not play ODI. If Joseph continues to play all 3 formats of the game, he's going to suffer the same fate as those pace bowlers that I've listed. And I'm not saying that because I just want to say something. I've looked at these other pace bowlers and I've said it, so I don't need to go over it, Sheldon. But Sheldon, why? Why should he be playing all 3 formats? Why? He doesn't need to play all 3 formats. And if you look in the chat, you're the only one. And that doesn't mean you're not right, you know. Maybe that's why you're right, because you're the only one. Maybe you're right and we're all wrong. But you're the only one who believes that he should play all 3 formats. Unpredictable channel. Mr. Sims, how you doing? And those fast bowlers, you still get more rest than Joseph when they play a lesser side. They rest their player. We can't rest no one. The one match we rest Joseph, them score over 250 in a T20. Well, and I'm not saying that you should rest him in a T20. But I'm not saying that you should rest him in a T20. But the West Indies management saw that he needed to rest. I'm saying that they should have rested him in the ODI series. Joseph should not play ODI. I'm sticking to that point. I am not saying that you may not be right, but I'm convinced that I'm right on this one, that Joseph should not be playing ODI cricket. I am convinced I am right on this one. And the thing about it, I don't want next year we are here saying, boy, we should have listened. I want them not to play Joseph in ODI cricket. Rest Joseph in some series. Cool. Look what happened to Jaden Seals, Alain Payne. And Jaden Seals is expected back this month. Christopher Bristol. Don't worry, your channel is always up to standard and you're doing good. Don't change nothing. Continue being yourself. I don't expect high standards. All I'm looking for is you to continue being yourself. Thank you. Thank you for that, Christopher Bristol. And I try my best. To be. Because as I said that, Christopher, you make a very important point there. And this is something I want to point out. You said to be myself. And that is what I tried to be. Because persons have sent me so many suggestions. So you can imagine someone very close to me. One of the suggestions that person gave me is to use swear words in my presentation, in the shows, in the live broadcast. That was one of the recommendations the person made to me, that I need to use swear words to spice up the broadcast. A person is close to me. It was shocking, absolutely shocking. And as I just didn't understand it. Thank you, Christopher Bristol. I will endeavor to always be myself. Mr. Casanova, checking in, but Eddie can stay where he's at. He picked what he wanted, so he can stay over there. Mr. Yeah, one of the things we must understand, and I come to accept in the West Indies here, is that each player is an individual and he will make individual choices. And you, in this wonderful, marvelous, fantastic communities, you have individual opinions, and those opinions are always welcome. And you should not worry if someone agree with your opinions or not. You should not necessarily worry. You should always put forward your opinions with conviction. Put forward what you know. And just like how Christopher encouraged me to be myself, I encourage you also to be yourself. You can change your position based on fact and reasoning, but you must be convinced of changing that position. But you must always be yourself, and you should know what you believe in. You should follow your art. And so, just like the players have individual decisions, we all have our own opinions on what should be done. When we are discussing players, though, we should discuss their performances, not their personal life. It is their performances that we discuss here. And that is why I always discourage the 8 words and so on. And not necessarily the bias, because when you're discussing performances, you're going to show bias between one performances and the other. It's as simple as that. You're going to show bias. There's bias between one performances and the other. There's always bias in our life. Because you love one lady and don't love another. You love one girl and don't love another. That is bias. So there's always bias. You know, if we're putting on a door on our house and we're going to the hardware, we're going to choose a door. That is bias. So the statistics, we will always be biased with the statistics. But let us don't disrespect the players as an individual. Let us discuss the statistics. Let us discuss the performance. I will give Brooks another series in ODI only. I have no issue with that, Mr. Casanova. No issue at all with that. Us, Ravman batting low. He batted at 5 today. And he got only 4 deliveries. He did not pick the googly from Charla. You think that he should bat higher breaker environment? I don't know. I honestly believe that they are going to drop him for the next match. I really believe they are probably going to bring in Phil Salt from England. England as a replacement as a foreign player. Phil Salt is already in the squad, so I think they are going to replace him. I don't know what is happening in the match. I stopped watching it because there's nothing on my screen here. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing on my screen. So I don't know. What's the score in the match? I do not know. So I think they're going to bring in Phil Salt. It is very unfortunate. It is very disappointing that Powell has not come to the party. And Powell is not on a big contract. He's not on a big contract. So I was hoping that he would do well again this year and next year so that he will get a very big contract for 25, because the next super auction is in 2025. So I was hoping that he would have done well again. The Plessis slow approach was based on Virat Kohli going after the bowling. Maxwell came in and it was pretty much the same scenario. But Merrick, in T20 cricket, do you go from one end or do you go from both ends? And that is why I asked if the Plessis was going a bit too slow. And especially when they did not lose any wickets in the power play. Was it not a signal that both of you should start going hard right now? Because this is T20 cricket. And so there is a theory, and we grow up learning it in Test cricket, that if one batsman is going, you try to turn over the strike and to rotate the strike and to give him. But now in this modern age, where absolutely no score is safe. How many West Indies made against South Africa? 256, and it was chased down. In this modern age, shouldn't both batsmen going hard from both ends, especially when they get a good start. You see off the power play. That is my point, Merrick. So let me hear your retort to that. Sir Andy Roberts reduced his run-up. This helped to extend this career. And I take that point, Atina. I take that point. But Mark would look at Jasper Bumrah run-up. Look at Jasper Bumrah run-up. Look, it's not longer than Bumrah run-up. It is not longer than Archer run-up. Mark would also cut his run-up. I maintain, Atina, that the best thing for him is not to play in ODI cricket. World Cup, fine. ODI World Cup, fine. So good to Nicholas showing why they pay all that money for him so people can stop questioning his price tag. Yes, breaker environment. You remember when I have to come on the show and defend my price tag? Even persons in the West Indies was criticizing the price tag. And I remember you and Atina and some others defending Pooran. I remember that quite clearly. And so, yes, I'm so happy. And long may it continue. Because long may his performances continue. And I'm looking forward for another big performances from him in the upcoming matches. I disagree. Alzar Joseph can play all format. He's another Walsh that don't get injured like other bowlers. Okay, Mr. Casanova, but you see these viewpoints? I don't run them down, I don't disagree with these viewpoints. I'm just saying that that's not my opinion. That is not my opinion. And the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Mr. Casanova one. So you having a different opinions from mine. I don't disagree with you. I understand your opinion, but I do not think so, Mr. Casanova. But it's all good. You guy gonna kill Joseph with all those cricket. You want him to play. You guys gonna kill Joseph with all those cricket you want him to play. You know my view. What's your view on Colin Archibald? Atina, I love Colin Archibald. I think up to the South African series, I have him in my squad to go to South Africa as the one real left-arm, genuine pace bowler that we have to give another angle to our West Indies attack. All of our West Indies fast bowlers are right-arm, fast, medium, over the wicket. We have a few bowlers. We probably have about six bowlers in the region who are capable of bowling above 140 consistently. Colin Archibald is not one of them. The difference that Colin Archibald bring to the table was his left arm. It was his left arm bowling left arm over the wicket, creating another angle, as I said. And so I have a lot of interest. I have a lot of time for Colin Archibald. And I even name him in my squad to go to South Africa. However, he didn't go to South Africa, and he never performed in this year's regional 4-day cricket tournament as I was expected. And to be honest with you, he was my biggest disappointment because I was really backing him. I was really backing him to the tilt. I was really backing Colin Archibald. And the fact that he also have a regional 4-day centuries, he have 50s in regional 4-day cricket, that means he can bat also. So I was backing him to the tilt. But his performances was not up to the standard. If you look at 26 players that I've selected for the week Headley series, he's not in that 26 because I really think that he fell off a lot. And so I hope that he will come back again next year. Please smash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. It is free to subscribe and you click on it once. Please subscribe. Let us get the subscription up to 4,000 this week. Please click on that subscribe button. So I'm looking forward to see what Colin Archibald will bring to the table next year. If he's selected for the week Headley series, I'll be very, very happy for him. But if I was the selectors, based on his performance this year, I will not have him in the team. Just a word on the week Headley series. I think it's a good thing. The players get to play more cricket. And I never came up with that idea. Cricket West Indies came up with that idea. Since they came up with the idea, I've been thinking about it though. And I was wondering why they don't pick like a combined Leeward Islands team as one team. You know, pick a combined Leeward Islands team as one team, and then pick a, a combined team like from, say, Guyana and Jamaica, and one from Barbados and Trinidad, and play the West Indies Academy too. So there are 4 teams, and so they will play 3 matches each. That idea just came to me. It was not an original idea. It only came to me after the West Indies said. So West Indies announced this week's Endless Series. What's the score in the match? As the Mumbai Indians won as yet? What your view? Well, I answer that. Thanks. Face purple crying, face purple crying, face purple crying, face. I do. Face purple crying. I do not understand that. And just something that I just want to mention. Once again, the sport that Jamaica is most dominant in, and this is a cricket channel, but I just want to say congratulations to the Jamaica Carifta team for once again winning the Carifta Championship. Jamaica dominate that championship, and a lot of argument in Jamaica is that should we continue to go to the Carifta team? I think that we should. I just don't think that we should send our first team. I think we should probably send our second team, because our second team will still dominate. We will still dominate if we send our second team. Jamaica track and field program is just superior to anything else in the Caribbean by far. There's no doubt about that. It is absolutely superior. But we got, I think, 70-something medals, but persons were expecting 99. Some persons in Jamaica were expecting 90 odd medals. So the team is returning home with fewer medals. However, there's something that is creeping in. And as I said, this is a cricket channel, but we are all West Indians and we love sports. But the Guyana Athletics Association, or what they are called, I don't understand. I think this is the second consecutive year that their team is arriving at the Carifta Games late for one reason or the other. So they need to fix out that. We saw there was a struggle. There was also an issue with Antigua. But the biggest thing was with the Cayman Islands. Now, a Cayman Island personnel, someone from the Cayman Islands, was removed. She and her husband, I'm being told that she currently represents the Cayman Islands at the senior level. But she and her husband was removed from the Carifta Games by soldiers. Soldiers came and removed them from the Carifta Games. So I don't know. That's something that we can follow up and look at and wonder why. I was just congratulating the Jamaica teams for once again winning the Carifta Games, and it led down that road. But back to the cricket, because we are cricketers. Don't follow those kinds of suggestions people tell you. They're setting up you for disaster, brother. I agree with you. I continue to be myself, and thank you. Click on the subscribe button. The screen blanking out. What's happening here? No, that screen gone, and now this one is blanking out. Please. And today's show is brought to you by Accra Rosa Farm Fresh Flowers. Flowers straight from the farm directly to the customers. And you know Mother's Day is coming up. So Gabriel and Co., they have a link for jewelries also in the video description. And if you have pets, Healthy Pets Pharmacies also have a link in the video description. And walk in comfort and style by wearing a shoes from Dream Paris today. Their link is also in the video description. Click on these links. Laugh my head off. We humans are hilarious. When we look closely, even the ones close to us will surprise us. The champion, true the champion. Oh, yes, the champion. The channel. You're right. I am saying you're right. I am saying, let's see what is going on here. What is going on here? You right. I am saying that they say he do more work, bowl more balls, then those injuries faster. So he should drop the ODI and let it World Cup. Thank you for supporting my opinion. But you know that Sheldon doesn't support Sheldon and Mr. Casanova. They are two legends of this chat, and this program owes a lot to them. They are always contributing, but their views on this one is different. Your friend don't want you to get that YouTube money, lol. I want to say that, though, you know. I want to say that. I want to say that. But I understand, Mr. Champ. You may well be right. Sheldon, there wasn't as much cricket being played in that era as today. Right, Charlie? It's good point you're making. There was no such thing as a T20 format back then. Players actually had off season to rest back then. That is true. 230 RB should have scored. Alain Payne, you are onto something there. Yes. So you agree with me that Flap du Plessis should go earlier and that Kohli slow down. Kohli slow down towards the 100. I don't think this team suits Powell that well. He should be on a team with at least one West Indians players. But the champion, remember that is this team he played for last year and he did very well. And you remember that he almost won a match for them last year when they need 36 of the final overs. So it was this team. Yes, also I remember your defense of them. Thank you, Breaker Benjamin. That was the price that was paid for the West Indies players. Thank you, Breaker Environment, for bringing up that. Well done. Archibald can bat too. Yes, I made mention of that he made a century and he has some half centuries. 117 for one. Roll is still there with Tilka. Wow, so Rohit Sharma's finally make a half century after 22 matches. That's a good idea. Yes, the champion, thank you. Yes, about the Combined Islands, yes, I think so too. Pick a Combined Island team from the Windward and Leeward Islands team. True, yes, that's what I was saying, Sherry. They will beat the West Indies team. I'm not so sure about that, but I appreciate your optimism, Sherwin, and that's your opinion. And I love it. I love it. Federation never worked in the 1960s. Don't think it will work now. Yes, that is true, Athena, but the West Indies team has worked so far. There have been some issues, but it has still worked. Please slash a like on the video and please click on the subscribe button. We don't play a lot of test series anymore, and we don't have enough effective bowlers in the West Indies that never get injured and is always fit. So we're going to play our premium fast bowler in Joseph in all formats. That's not a bad point, Mr. Casanova. That's not a bad point, you know. That's not a bad point. That is a very, very good point in this debate. Very, very good point. We don't play enough test cricket, so maybe we don't need to rest Joseph for the ODIs. That's a very good point. Very, very, very good point. Very, very good point. I still sticking to my point though, Mr. Casanova, but that does not take away from this very good point that you made. Very, very good point. But I'm still sticking to my one. But it's very, very good. The debate has started, Mr. Casanova. Very good point. Very good point. God don't like swearers. Aline Payne, I'm not going to use them. I'm not going to use them. I'm not going to use them. So Christopher and Sherwin Bristol having a conversation. That's very nice. 121 for one after 14 overs. Whoa, so this match is getting tighter. Because they need 6 overs to get 50 runs. 51 runs. So what the hell is happening here? I'm trying to get this match. And this match is now getting tighter than I think. They need 51. Then they have 6 overs to get 51 runs. So they've really tightened up. 6 overs to get 51 runs. But there's only... But they lost only 1 wicket, so they should still get it. This match get tighter, but they should still get it. Let's see what is going to happen. I see something coming up. 121. Courtney Walsh. What is it? I think Courtney Walsh bowling action helped him to bowl long spell. His action looked like he was reserving a lot. 122 for one. So the required run rate is almost 10 runs per over. So Verma is facing up now. Left arm over the wicket, slow delivery, pulls it into the onside. They've gone for one. They're looking for the second, but the man off the mid-wicket boundary charging. So this is a Bangladeshi bowling. Mustafizur Fizor. I think he's a Bangladeshi. He's a Bangladeshi. Very exciting match. Another very, and this is why I keep saying, which other competition is a greater spectacle than the IPL? And if you know which competition is a greater spectacle than the IPL, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. And don't forget, please slash a like on the video. Please. If you know, please put it in the chat. 123 for one after 15 overs. 5 overs to get 50 runs. Exactly 10 runs and over. Very nice match. Again, we are here for a good match. Wow. I hope you're all watching the match. 150 runs to get from 5 overs. So David Warner, like a marshal in the field, ringing the changes, polishing the ball, talking to his bowlers, talking to his senior persons, deciding who to bowl. He hands the ball to, who's that? I do not know that bowler by face. Let's wait and see when his name comes up. Alain, sorry for not typing good, giving you, no man, that's okay, that's okay, unpredictable channel, that's okay man, no man, that's okay, but thanks though for that acknowledgement. Dial match fix, Alain Payne, I'm not saying that, I'm only saying that I would need it to be investigated. I don't, because look at those deliveries I'm saying. Look at those deliveries. Those deliveries, all of them could have been hit for 6. Canada is an ice hockey coach, so don't even mention their name here. We are talking about cricket night after night. Crystal Bristol, I want to say something about that. I want to say something about Canada though. You know that the West Indies is going to play in the World Cup qualifiers. Canada was 1 win away from making that World Cup qualifiers. 1 win. 1 win. They were away for 1 win. They won the first 2 matches and just need to win. And then they beat Jersey and they just need to win 1 other match to make the qualifiers. Otherwise, they'll be playing against West Indies in the World Cup qualifiers in Zimbabwe in June and July. So the ODI World Cup qualifiers for the final 2 places in the World Cup will take place in Zimbabwe in June and July. And Canada was 1 win away from making it. The 2 teams that make it out of those playoffs were the United States and the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. So those are the 2 teams that make it. So can you imagine? It reached a stage where the West Indies will be playing against the United States to qualify for the World Cup, the 2-time champion. Mark my words, Ellen Payne. Breaker environment. West Indies sticking to the name, they coach India coming shortly. West Indies sticking to name, they coach India. So you're saying that we're having an Indian coach coming shortly? We're having an Indian, that's another 6. So they are turning it on now. So Tilka hit another 6. He's on 35 from 26 deliveries. Oh, Rohit Sharma is the one who slowed down. Because Rohit Sharma reaches 50 off 24 deliveries. And now the next 11 is off 16 deliveries. So Rohit Sharma has been the one. Yes, CPL, to our credit, CPL has more than 500 million viewerships last year. Over 500 million persons viewed the CPL last year. And this year again, I'm looking forward to go to Guyana in the CPL to cover that final round. So I want to be in Guyana this year at the CPL, and I'll cover that final round and get to look at more of the places at Guyana. Last year I just went like to the zoo and to the beach and to the JDF headquarters and a few places around the town. Last year, the former border oval in Guyana, what is his name now? I think it's the Georgetown Sports Club. They locked me out of the Georgetown Sports Club last year. The St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, that's the team here. They were there training. And I went and I was going there to take some pictures and do some videos. That's last year in Guyana at the Georgetown Sports Club in the center of Guyana. I think it was a former border oval. And they locked me out. They said that I cannot go inside there. Police were at the gate and so on. And they said that no journalists are not allowed to watch the training. Surprisingly, I was wondering if it was the management of the facility decision or it was a St. Kitts Nevis Patriot decision. I don't know because I was able to go and watch the other 5 teams train. I was able, without no itch, no police there or anything. Just the regular routine security, not even bothering with you. And so I don't know if it was this St. Kitts Nevis management, Patriots management decided that no one should come into the ground, or it was the management of the Georgetown facility just being high-handed. But I was locked out. Tilka hit this high and hard down to the man and the deep mid-wicket boundary and is out 139 for 2. 4.1 overs remaining. So 34 runs needed off 26 deliveries. He did the damage in that over though. Because once you bring it down to 34 runs from 25 deliveries, you're through. IPL is undefeated, true the champion. CPL at the Queen's Park Oval. Wow, yeah, Sheldon, firework. Good shot that Sheldon. Oh, Sheldon is saying that the CPL at the Queen's Park Oval is the greatest show on earth. Well done, Sheldon. I love that one. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. IPL money and leverage second to none. Breaker environment. I agree with you. Jeffrey Davis, welcome to the show. Other cricket team play their test players. Expand more on that for us, Godfrey. Expand more on that because I don't. What you said there, I don't know what is it is in relationship to. So could you explain more on that, Godfrey? We really want to engage you in the discussion. Christopher, Canada is an associate nation. USA is hosting the next World Cup. All that is true. That is true. That is true. But remember though, the USA is also an associate nation to Alan Payne. But you're right. The 2023 World Cup, the 2024 T20 World Cup will be jointly hosted by the USA and the West Indies. And don't forget that this year, coming up in July, from July 13th to the 30th, Major League Cricket will be launched in the USA. And this is a big thing. Aaron Finch is going to captain one of the team. I know that Aaron Finch, the Australia Test captain, T20 captain who captained Australia in the T20 World Cup. He has signed on already as one of the captain for the teams in Major League Cricket. So it will be a big thing. Again, well, I don't know. Something is wrong here. No? Something is definitely wrong here. And I don't know what is wrong. But something is definitely wrong. I'm just seeing a little. Just as I thought that I was going to see the cricket and able to bring the final, I don't know what is wrong here. I don't know what is wrong here. But back to you, lovely people. What would I do without you? The champion, exactly. Courtney got his pace from his run-up and his bounce from the height. Archer get his pace strictly from his elbow and shoulder, so he should just play test. Charlie X, that is very deep, and maybe you're onto something, because my understanding that he has another elbow injury. No, Christopher Bristol, that is true. Yes, man. The USA and the West Indies will be hosting the next T20 World Cup in 2024. Matches will be playing in the USA and matches will be playing in the West Indies. Yes, man. It is true, Christopher. And as I said earlier, West Indies will be playing against the USA in the qualifying tournament for the ODI World Cup. I don't know what is happening to this screen, so let me try something else here and see what is happening. And so just a minute, please. Just bear with me. 139 for 3. Now they are now 139 for 3. So they lost another wicket. So they need 32 runs. They need, what's the score now? They need 34 runs from 24 deliveries. So that batsman who came just now, he got one ball. Oh, Yadav again. Surakuma Yadav. The world number 1 T20 batsman. He got 1 ball. So they are 143 for 3. 1 delivery of the 16 over being bowled. And this over is being bowled by Raman. I think Raman is from Zimbabwe. Breaker and Van. No, they're taking too long to name their senior coach. India got to be there shortly. Okay, yes, India was coming in June. Yes, we should have named the senior coach. My understanding so far, what I heard, and they are very tight-lipped about the red ball coach, but my sources are telling me that they're going to give Kohli the job for the white ball coach. That is what my sources are telling me. Yet to be confirmed, but that's what my sources are telling me, that Kohli will get the job as the white ball coach. And West Indies plays for USA and Canada cricket team. Lol, West Indians, yes. I don't think we have anyone right now in the USA team, but there are times when West Indians were in the USA team. So that's a dot ball from Raman, that ball from Raman, 143 now, 143 for 3. 143 for 3, 143 for 3. Surakuma Yadav got ducks again. What is going on with him? He cannot scratch a run. He's going through such a poor form. Real good batting. Yes, the champion. CPL should be very exciting this year. I want to be a part of it, Mr. Casanova. I really want. At this time, I think I'll be in Guyana for the Guyana leg. But if it is possible, I will try to watch the whole of it. I will tour wherever the party is going. Someone was what? Batting? Christopher. Sherwin. Christopher Bristol. This Karen Powell, Rakim Cornwall, Jamar Hamilton, Alzara Joseph, Casey Carter, Sunil Ambris, Kavim Aj, Alec Atanes, Preston Maswini, Emmanuel Stewart, and Kofi James. Yeah, you're saying that this team can beat the West Indies team. Wow. That's good though, Sherwin. Well done. That's good. I love this sort of discussion. So this is a good over from Raman so far, because he has no goal. 4 made the deliveries on the track. So good over here from Raman. So this is tight, The run rate is going up back towards 9 again. Remember that it was approaching 10 before Tilka hit those. So, Rohit Sharma gone. Rohit Sharma is out, so they have lost their 4th wicket. So this is going to be a very, very close match. Rohit Sharma gone, 143 for 4. This is very interesting. You know why this is interesting? It will be the first team to defend less than 190 in this year IPL. It will be the first team. Very, very interesting. So they still need another 30 runs from 3 overs. And Sharma got out. Raman got the wicket. Ishan Kishan is gone. Tilka Verma is gone. Surakuma Yadav is gone. Tim David is at the crease. Wow. So this Mumbai Indian batting is very, very long. India need to drop that rule of not allowing their players to play in other T20 cricket competition. But breaker environment is along the same line. It's along the same line where I'm saying that Joseph shouldn't play ODI cricket. It's along that same line why they don't allow their players. Because they are saying to their players, we pay you enough. I think about 5 India retainer contracts, the top 5 players. They retain a contract for the year is $1 million US. I think the top 5 players, like the Kohli and the Sharma and so on, those top 5 players, their retainer contract is about $1 million. So the BCCI is saying that we are paying you enough money. If you don't want our money, you will not play for India and we will not give you a retainer. So resign from international cricket, go and play those other competitions. You won't play the IPL, you won't play for India, and you won't get a retainer. You will choose. I think that may be harsh, but it's a BCCI laying down the rule to protect their players. So to keep their players as fit as possible, because the BCCI is the richest cricket board in international cricket, and they can do this one. Quinton de Kock will be there too. Test players from other countries play in all formats. West Indies don't do it. Okay, I get it. Yes, but I think it is the same for most countries. Godfrey Davis, isn't it the same for most countries? Like, cause we have older Joseph Myers, Chase. They play in all format, and I guess it's the same for the country. England is the only team I'm seeing right now who's playing a. Last year they were playing an ODI series in the Netherlands, and they were playing Test match cricket in Pakistan at the same time. But their pool of players is much deeper than ours. So it's very interesting. And it has been a great show. My screen's freezing, so I do not know who is going to win this match, but we will find out later. I'm just having a challenge. But it was wonderful being here with you. Thank you all for tuning in. Please remember, though, we want to get this subscription up to 4,000 by the end of the week. So slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. Have a great day, one and all. God bless. One love.